MSI Afterburner. How do you use it? Stay tuned. Alrighty, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome back. You know it is, JJ, and we're gonna get right to it. I'm just gonna I got notes here. Okay, I took my notes. Look, one of my subscribers, loyal subscribers, told me that I should take notes. I took notes, so don't bust my chops.
Damn!
But anyway, since we took all those notes and everything else, we're just going to get into MSI Afterburner real quick. And I'm going to show you what I got cooking. So let's go ahead and jump to the action screen. Oh, sorry. Let's jump to the action screen and get right to it. Okay. I put my face right over in the corner so that way y'all don't have to see it that well. I know y'all want to see my face, but you know how that goes. And make sure you got your drink and snacks, by the way.
Got him! Got him!
I do. All right. MSI Afterburner. How does it work? Okay, here it is. Let me pull it over to you. Now, the way you find out things to get things going, and we're just going to roll through this real quick. You got right here, this is for your memory clock. It means your VRAM. You can set this from, this is for the 4070. You can try going from 0, where it starts off at stock, and you can work your way up to a certain point. What I found is that going over 1600 plus 1600 is about the max you want to go with this card. Now, as far as the core, the GPU core, it has core megahertz. I wouldn't go over 250. I found out going over 275 right here might be too much for the GPU, so I wouldn't go over that. Now the core voltage down here, I would only push it at positive 10. But I would just leave it at 0. Don't mess with the voltage whatsoever. Just mess with the core megahertz, where it says right here, that's the core GPU, and mess with the mem megahertz, which is for the clock settings. The clock settings on both. Okay? And find your happy spot. Find your happy spot. There's not really that much more I could say about MSI Afterburner. If you guys want a complete video, okay, of MSI Afterburner, then let me know. And then what we'll do is we'll do a long video that's got more in detail and everything else. So we don't have to, go that route. So, but if you want a more intense video about MSI Afterburner, do let me know. There's not much more to it. There's only 2 things you're messing with, when it comes for NVIDIA. I know a lot of people are wondering, how do you clock things, and everything else. Well, see, when I clock something, it turned out really well, but, you take the good with the bad. You have to be really careful when you're clocking on this. You have to really study it and go into detail with this program. Do not start off by just hitting everything and hopefully it works. Don't do that. Make sure you take it with precision, that you take your time going through it. There's many menus that you can go through the settings. So you go through all the settings menus and, you really study it really good. And then you start coming together and formulating how you want your GPU to run. Me, I run my GPU all day at stock settings. unless I'm playing a game, then I'll turn it to half for the mem core. I'll turn that like the plus 800, and then the the GPU, the core mem GPU core, I'll turn that to like about 200, about there. I won't fully load it because it's already fully loaded at 100% as it is. You're just giving it that extra little oomph, to give you a better FPS in your games. Just a little bit of an oomph when you really need it the most. But pretty much when it comes down to it, you pretty much really don't need much of it. You can run that stock and just be happy with it. I keep telling everybody, you could do this, you could do this, you could do this, but you got to test. That's the only way you're going to know. So, but I'm going to show you all what I got. I'm going to pull it up really quick. I'm going to show you all what I got from doing that little bit of overclock last night. And if you want me to post that video, let me know. Because I got that sitting off to the side. Everybody's talking to me about, having videos that last less than 20 minutes. So I'm sorry my videos take an hour, but I like to get my point across. Maybe it's my ADHD. Who knows? Maybe it's that. And yes, I'm on medication for it. Thank you. So, but like I told you all, I take my time. I work very carefully with what I'm doing, and I really, don't want to rush anything, because when you start rushing things, what'll happen is that you'll miss things. And then when you miss things and you go to game, then you're saying to yourself, oh my God, what the hell did I miss? Or where is all that extra FPS that everybody else is getting? And you're still trying to figure out where it is. But you can find it if you take your time with it, if you study your system. When you're a PC builder, you got to study your system. You got to study all the components, from A to Z. It can't just, you slap something together. Oops, sorry, I've got to move the microphone. You can't slap something together just thinking it's going to work. You got to do your homework. I mean, I know it kind of stinks, but when you're an enthusiast and you want to build a perfect PC, then, you got to take that time, that 5 whole minutes, to just breathe and go and learn your components. Everybody says, well, you should start with the CPU processor first. Some people say you should start with the graphics card. I don't know why, but because that's immaterial. If you think about it, no matter what, you can plug all the newest graphics card into about any system that you got out there. So that's been squashed right there. Yeah, I'm still reading my notes. And when it comes to, your motherboard, the motherboard is the heart of your system. The processor is the brain of your system. Okay. Now, we'll go back to the action screen, and I'll show you what I got cooking. See, now, let me make sure that I make this big enough for you all to read this. Because I know some people are saying, I need glasses to read that. I can't read that. Okay, so, there. Hopefully you all can read that. Hopefully you all can read that. There. Last night I was able to push my GPU up to 3090 megahertz. As you can see, I did it on Heaven Benchmark, Okay. The GPU was only at 126 Fahrenheit, not Celsius, Fahrenheit. And I was only, at that time that it broke it, I was only using 67% of the GPU. And I was at 70% power. Only had 136.2 watts. And the voltage was running at 1.100 volts. The CPU, on the other hand, was running at, believe it or not, 126 degrees Fahrenheit, the same as the GPU. If you can think about how I got it to run almost evenly, that's going to be the question that you're going to leave on the video. Now, the CPU only at 18%, and it was at 4,650 megahertz. And I was only running it at 50.8 watts. Right there in black and white. And it shows that it got 313 FPS with 2.7 second milliseconds of delay. So that's not too bad. So keep that in mind. But anyway, now the thing is this: you can't beat that with the stick, no matter how well you try. And when it comes to the performance, yes, I do use MSI Afterburner. Okay. Now, there's only two real things that you need to do with that. You can let the computer control the fan, set a fan curve. You can set a fan curve on MSI Afterburner. You can take and set temperatures down on your taskbar with MSI Afterburner. You can, do many of things. Now, for you AMD users, I'm going to tell you a little something. A little something. I tested the 7800 XT with MSI Afterburner. I got some negative results running it with the AMD Adrenalin software. I got some negative results. One, it turned around, the driver got corrupted for some reason. So I had to reinstall the program. So I just left it like that and did not mess with MSI Afterburner. I just dealt with AMD Adrenalin. But when I went to go in the profile and manually clock it up, I got some negative results on it. I got some bad negative results on it. It wouldn't let me take it past stock. And I don't know why. So I'm looking into that, and I'll let y'all know what I find. But for right now, I'm trying to figure out why it's doing what it's doing. Even running it at all stock settings. I even took it from undervolting to put it all at stock settings from A to Z. It's got 32 gigs of RAM. It's all at stock settings, but it's all running on auto. But when I go to clock up the GPU, it seems that the GPU does not want to go. So I'm looking into it, and when I get my answer to that, and I'll let you all know. And then I'll take you all along with me to show you what's going on there. Yes, I've already delivered the Christmas PC to a friend. Done. But there are some issues that I was taking in consideration. So I'm keeping that in mind as well. Is the 7800 XT with the AMD Adrenalin working correctly? Or is there a hiccup somewhere that I'm missing in the software? I don't know yet. I'm going to get that PC back, and we're going to go on a little testing run. to find out what the hell is going on. 1 minute, that PC, I had it on the bench. I had it all together on the bench. Started up fine and everything else. And when I put it in the case and put the IO shield on it and everything else, now the PC is on a 3-second delay to start up. So when you hit the power button, it takes 3 seconds before it starts up. Reading through some forums, they were telling me that the BIOS flashback button is getting stuck on as you're starting your GPU up. So that means the little hole in the IO shield is too small, and it's holding that button on, causing the 3-second delay for the computer to restart itself. I guess it does a restart and tries to bypass it. So when I get it back, that PC, I'm going to take the hole that's for the BIOS flashback. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so that way the button can slide through correctly, and see if that's the problem. And if that solves the problem, then, that's one eliminated. But if that problem's causing another problem with the GPU and everything else, that's what we're going to investigate. So as soon as I get that back, I'll take you along with me and we'll go from there. So, but I'm just like shocked that, I was shocked I was able to get the PC up to 3090 megahertz. I was shocked. I mean, I thought it was like stuck at 3060 for, the remainder of time that I have it. Well, it's mine. So basically for the next 4 years, 4.5 years. So, and I was thinking it's just never going to get any further than 3 gigahertz. If it gets further than 3.1 gigahertz, that would be even better. There's got to be a little trick that I'm missing to get it up to that one extra 100 megahertz. But we'll figure it out in time. This is just the start of it. We got plenty of time to be able to clock that up to, its most awesomest clocks, But anyway, that's all I got for y'all today. But if this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe. And if you subscribe, welcome to the family. Welcome JJ's PC Builds and my veteran subscribers. As always, much love to you for all that you do. Help support the channel. But until the next time in the next video, this is JJ on JJ's PC Builds. We will see you on the next one.